welcome to the Gransberry Chronicles Weekly Pick'em. It's week 18, and I'm your girl, the Gransberry, aka the Stadium Queen. And I got my boy D Jones with me tonight. What's up, D Jones?
What's poppin'? Chillin'? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's the last Tuesday of the year.
Yeah.
And after a great conversation with you and your better half, it's okay to tell you how I'm feeling, but I'm feeling better than I did when I talked to you guys earlier. So I'm feeling great.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeling great. Great,
Oh,
great, great. I'm all right.
yeah. You all right? That's
I'm
what
all
I
right.
was earlier, but now I'm feeling great because I need to focus more on the up. And so I should be feeling great. I opened the mail today and there was some hot checks in there.
Hey,
Not
man.
like hot like they bounce, but hot like take them and catch them. Catch them. It's always good to come into money after Christmas.
Always.
Right.
Always. Most of us
What?
check it before Christmas. You wait till after Christmas.
Correct. 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 What's up, Todd? Good to see you. We know Little Giant don't have much going on, but you know what? You can dart yourself into the next year.
Dark.
And what's up to my cuz? Look, I was with my cuz on Christmas Day, and we were briefly having a conversation about his Steelers. He's a Steelers fan, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, y'all gotta." He was like, "We in." I was like, "Nah, y'all might be in." And
It's
he's like, "Come
weird.
on, man!" And look at here. Sure enough, the Browns said, "Hold my beer." And
Wow.
you know what? I think there's been so much football since we last did a show, and it's not more than it would be in any other week. It just was a stretch
It'll
with so
spread
many
out.
games. Yes, with so many games on Thursday. Our guys played Saturday, and then of course we still had Sunday and Monday. I lost track. I woke up on Sunday thinking it was time to do the show again. Remember, I was like, "Hey guys, I think we're supposed to do the show today." Um, I got lost. It's been so much great football that I was ready to get back to the show.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And your boy was in one of my fantasy league championships, and it wasn't gonna be over till Monday. So I was like, God, Lee. You know what I'm saying? So we both still had players playing on Monday, but I came out on top. Shout out.
okay, shout out to that. Shout out to that. And look, it was one of those weekends where, like, when I was losing on my picks, it was fun still because it was good football. I think that's kind of the joy sometimes with Pick'em, right? Like,
Mhm.
we all just think, okay, most of the fantasy world or Pick'em league world pick the Steelers, right? But nobody lost anything momentum wise because the Steelers lost. Like, it was such a good game. I love tough games. I love tough matchups. And what I mean by that is it's just gritty. It's not working that well for either side. The weather's kind of bad. It's grimy, and it's just like whomever can tough it out to the end. And once again, we had three games this week that came down to the very last play. We
Yeah.
had the Steelers versus Browns game. We had Buffalo Eagles game, and we had Chicago and the 49ers game. And all of them were fascinating. And we almost got that again on Monday night. It just came up a little short of being down to the last play, but it
Yeah.
definitely carried us through to the end of the week. I was hoping we were not going to have a flashback of the 28-3 moment. It was starting to look that way, but
It
I'm
was on
glad
its way.
they found the famous field goal game. How about that?
Yeah.
So we definitely shout out for that more than anything. But yeah, it was like some great football. Like, um, Texans came out hot, and then things kind of leveled off. But one thing I liked about it, it was good flash. Seeing the young guys get out there, and everybody's like, "Oh, but it was broken coverage." Well, duh, you're supposed to take advantage of broken coverage. I, I'm still trying to figure out what's the problem. And people were like, "Yeah." really the Browns defense won the game. Let's be clear, the Browns defense has been good all year.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
And and matter of fact, the last couple of years, let's not even just stop at all year.
yeah,
But when the defense doesn't actually score points, that means the offense did help. So your defense kept you in the game. Your defense helped keeps the other side from scoring, but you're going to need points. And
yeah,
all those points came from the offense, including 2 touchdowns from Sanders. So when people say he didn't win the game, I really just need you to get out of your feelings because because that's what you're using instead of your eyes. Okay. Now, who was more effective or dominant? Okay. But when you start talking about complementary football, you need defense to make stops and you need offense to make points. And yes, he has some mistakes, but they ended up not being as costly. And that's all you can ask for.
yeah. I'm gonna tell
Right?
you what stat I look for in games like that. When you talk about when people take that view, you look at time of possession. Now, if you look at the time of possession, the offense was right there with they was even basically. You had Pittsburgh that had 30 minutes. You had 30 minutes, 39 seconds. You had
Okay.
the Browns with 29 minutes, 21 seconds. So what
Right.
that tells me is even if you have an offense that's not as great, they're at least staying on the field so the defense can stay fresh. And then they're making the plays when they need to make plays. So you got to look at that as well. You can't just say he didn't do nothing or that offense didn't do anything. If they were just coming in and doing three and outs, the defense not going to stay as fresh. The defense is going to eventually give up a play, and then they will eventually kind of balance the game, balance themselves out. But when you talk about complementary football, it don't always mean outscoring, 5 touchdowns. Like it's not the Chicago and 49er game where, they going back and forth, even though the defense did score in that game. But the offense was going back and forth. But when you look at the time of possession, they're controlling the ball. They're controlling the clock. They're running the ball. They're doing what they need to do on offense to keep the defense fresh and scored enough points. You got to give them credit for that. That's complimentary football.
And so something else I'd like to point out about that, you like to put your team in a position that forces the other side to need a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
And I felt
Mm-hmm.
like the last offensive drive, the Browns got down, and if I'm not mistaken, you could double check me on it. They got another field goal. So the point was that put them at a stretch to at least make it to where you need a touchdown to get back in this game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
that takes your quarterback. That you got to move the ball downfield, you got to pick up first downs. Now, true enough, that last time when they gave the ball back, you did put Aaron in a position to try to win the game. And it was a good attempt, but there was some better defense waiting for him on the other side. And we know how that feels. So when those odds
And
are out there.
I was surprised, just as surprised as Ward, that they tested him three plays in a row. I'm like, come on, Valdez Scandrick is not. It's not DK over there where you like, hey, our best against your best. I was surprised at 3 plays that way, and not one of the big tight ends. But hey, Ward showed why he's still one of the best corners in the league too.
Well, I guess there's 2 ways to look about it. We talked about our moving into our team for the week. You know, I I thought we talked pre-production about who I viewed as my team for the week, and I don't know. I'm thinking about it still.
They made you weak, or you the ones that we shouted them out of the week
Well,
or for the
well,
week.
for the week,
Mm,
uh, definitely was Green Bay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because
yeah.
Green Bay man gave us glory days of Henry. Defense was out there just getting ran through. Take me through that. Take me through that. Because he was taking them through there. Like, I mean, we didn't have a lot of guys flying in the air this time, with a good stiff arm, but
He
It was
got
a
one. He
he got
got
one.
him
Yeah, he
one.
did get that one. You not lying.
He
I'm
got
just
him
saying
one.
it
You
just
know, as a fan of the team, I was like, you know, and I've always told you the defense has always been, especially the secondary, has always been, you know, the thing that I always questioned. And once Michael went down, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna make the secondary even worse." But hey, we forgot how to tackle and how to stop the run this past week, so I guess it really wasn't on the secondary. So yeah, we didn't even make Hutley have to try to beat us in the air, even though he had a nice, you know, touchdown to Flowers. But
he
uh,
had, he
but
had,
yeah, that's all
he had a
because of
nice
D Henry.
rushing.
Yeah,
He had a
yeah.
nice rushing one too.
Yeah, but on the ground, I take on the ground. I mean, you want to make him beat you in the air, you know, which is what, you know, surprised me a little bit. But yeah, Green Bay defense definitely for the week. Right? And you gotta stay in the same division and look at Detroit and see what they did over there.
So
Um,
exactly, that was my other one, teams for the week. But I wanted to also make it team of the week because the Vikings found a way to win with a net 3 yards.
yeah. We'll give them the shine instead of
Instead of
instead of the
making it,
Lions.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's look at it on the positive side.
I
Like
like
that's
that.
a
I
hard
like
feat,
that.
right?
I like that. Yeah,
You throw for 51 yards, you get sacked for 48, and you leave yourself with 3 yards of passing. And
yeah,
that's hard to do, but they definitely did it. They found a way to win. And
yeah,
people keep saying things like, yes, everyone's a professional and they're being paid to play. And I never think that anybody like lays down on the job. I just feel like we've seen some hungry football. Like I felt like that the Colts were trying to really win, even though
oh
they
yeah.
knew they were eliminated. I'm not
Hmm.
saying just playing hard, they were trying to win. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that the Falcons have been out of the playoffs, but they've given us some good football under the lights. They
Yeah,
Thursday night game was an awesome game. Then they backdoored it again with Monday night. And what a way, to end Monday night in the year with a great matchup
yeah,
and get that win. I mean, I just I just got to do that. I got to say that. And like I said, team for the week, I mean of the week for me was definitely the Vikings. Now I'm gonna take you way off tangent, but stay with teams of the week, but totally not in pro ball.
okay,
I'm going to put on my bucket list for 2026 with no attachment, just a general bucket list. I'm going to the Pop Tart Bowl. I've been in love with the Pop Tart Bowl since I've seen it come into existence. And every year they get better. They bringing out more flavored Pop Tarts, they toasting them different, just the fascination of waiting on the Pop Tart to come out. All the sideline ref drama, the sprinkles on the helmets. I mean, whomever is on that committee, they need another bonus because we still
yeah,
talking about the Pop Tarts. We still talking about it. The
yeah.
nostalgia of finding a way to bring back a standard breakfast treat from one generation to a new generation that kind of done moved past the Pop Tart, but you making it such a treat. Like
That's
I
fair.
remember when the first one, everybody was kind of standoffish. Now you waiting. You waiting on it to come out and break off your piece. And I'm
Yeah.
just look, man, we need to have more Pop Tarts at Halloween. We need more Pop Tarts. So Pop Tart Bowl,
Oh,
you
over
need
candy corn. Let's get rid of candy corn
always
and
over candy
stuff
corn.
and substitute it with Pop Tarts. There you go. I'm with it. I'm with it.
And I think it will make the bowl game even bigger if you start in Halloween, getting those costumes going and do some like appearance, right? People were talking
Yeah.
about, man, we need the Pop Tart Bowl to be one of the playoff bowls. Because, man,
See,
have you ever seen the Pop Tart minis? Man, they start
yeah, I
getting
have.
up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just like, look, I'm sorry. That
Hey, they doing it right when you're not in the playoffs. You know, you got to be able to market yourself. At least you can get one of them big TV deals and or get put in the prime time and get a better matchup that's not playoffs. That's the next step for them. So, yeah, shout out to the Pop Tart Bowl.
Yeah,
college
I love it.
football.
I love it. But we finally here. We're week 18, and it's gonna be a fascinating week. And we got some good matchups. We most of the games are going for seeding, but look, we still got a couple of matchups that are actually going for a spot in the playoffs, which
Yeah.
is also tied to winning the division. So we still have one division that's not set up yet, and it's gonna come down to who wins for seed one. Well, I think we have two,
Two
right?
divisions, one in each conference.
One in each conference, and so
Yeah.
it's coming down to number one seed and a number four seed. So, right? Well, three.
Mhm.
Uh,
Three.
three. Three.
Three.
Two
Yeah.
on NFC, and so one is coming down to who will be the number one seed, and the other one is determining who will be the fourth seed. That's why I say it that way.
Yeah, I
Then
know
we come over to the AFC, also
the
competing for
number.
the fourth seed.
And then you still got the number one seed.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
good. We got the number one and number four is both still up for grabs
still viable.
in both conferences. Um, you know, before we talk about that, and I know we will talk about playoff games as they come along. I just want to put it out there. I'm not that happy about the Pro Bowl being the week of Super Bowl because it's being played in the same place as the Super Bowl, meaning like city wise or whatever. And so I feel like now you're competing with people who would normally go early. And now you got all this other stuff going on at the front of the week. I get they trying to figure out how to make it work,
But
but it used to be really fun to go at the beginning of the week of the Super Bowl. It'd be a less crowded city. I can move around. But I also see the pros, right? Because
yeah,
you have the introductory uh, pep rally that most people might not know about, where they have the entire team there, the entire team. And it's a cheap event, family function friendly and price point, and it's the only time you'll see all of the team there from both both competing teams. And then that next day they're going to have the Pro Bowl. So I get it, because you get everybody centralized in one place, but I was like, dang, they started it off in one of the most expensive places that to have
I
it.
mean, that part is probably not as great, but I think it makes sense. I mean, and that's coming from me that told you I never go to the Super Bowl unless it's the Packers versus the Texans. But
Mm,
I can see your argument, but I can also see that if you're there earlier, that gives you something else to do. The Pro Bowl needed a jolt, and it's not big enough to stand on its own. Unfortunately. So putting it before the Super Bowl and putting it kind of going right into those festivities, it makes sense. It's just, I get what you're saying though. If you're trying to get there early and move around and not have, all of the crowd, but yeah, if you're there, you're there. You're there for it all.
that's
You
true.
media row and all that other stuff too. So it's all good. So
It,
yeah,
it that's true. Okay, fine.
yeah, it makes sense.
I'm all
It,
right.
I promise you, if you was there, you'd be texting me every day. I'm over here. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm at the Pro Bowl. I'm with this. So it's like, yeah, just stay busy. Stay
Okay.
busy.
So our first game up is Panthers versus Tampa Bay. And I think it's going to be a great game. For some reason, Tampa Bay got healthy, but they start trending kind of downward.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Panthers just started clicking at the right time and just start playing some good football. And so for me, I really feel like the Panthers have the edge. And so there's a lot more energy for them going into this. And I'm sorry, I'm going with the Panthers.
So
Ooh,
I
deep
feel
breath.
like I feel like the Panthers have been the Panthers all year, and their record is the most accurate thing in the league right now. They're 8 and
Okay,
8 because they've been up and down, right?
okay,
But I'm gonna go with the Bucks in this game. The Panthers are a different team at home. I think at home they play totally different. They play with a great deal of confidence. Their defense is flying around. Offense make plays. I think Tampa is the home team in this game, so I'm gonna go Tampa. Really, mainly because of the home team, but I favor Baker and those boys getting it done at home. So I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
Okay. Okay. They lost to the Falcons at home, so that's fine. Um, and then the next one for me is Seahawks versus San Fran. Now we all know that the when the Seahawks played the Rams, they stepped it up. The big talk all game. They just kept going on and on about, will Sam make the big throw? Will he be able to do this, do that? And last year, this is the same position he was in when he was with the Vikings. They was fighting for that last game for that number one seed against the Lions. And, you know, just didn't work out, right? And
Mhm.
so it started to descend on them. And at the same time, I really just feel like San Francisco is in a much better place. They're in a great performance with what I would call overcompensating. Like on paper, their defense is not what it looks like on the field. It's overcompensating, but in a positivity way. And I
Mhm.
feel like Seattle's defense has been here. It's been good when I say that, but I mean, it's just been consistently good.
Right.
And sometimes what happens with that is there's a stalemate, right? And somebody else gets a little bit more momentum. And I think last week they got just a little bit more, seeing the energy of Fred Warner and just understanding that what's on the line for them. I think it's going to be just, they're going to come out hot. I don't care about where the game played, all of that. The fact that you could do what the Rams did in a few years back, and you could play at home the entire playoffs and and the possibility of a Super Bowl. So that there says they just might get a little bit up higher.
That's the motivation.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of motivation.
That's a lot of motivation. That's a lot.
So I'm
Niners for you.
Niners for me.
I'm opposite.
Okay,
We
okay,
opposite this week, right? So which is good. I'm really going right here, T. I'm gonna make it simple and plain. Seattle is the better team. I think
hey, I told
overall,
you they
yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
I overcompensating.
I didn't disagree with nothing you said about the Niners, and I wouldn't even use the words overcompensating. I
Okay,
think it's system based. I think they're playing very on defense. They're playing very disciplined to the system. On offense, they playing very disciplined to the system. But I'm gonna give Seattle a slight nudge because I feel like if I'm really doing what we often do and start breaking down position by position and saying who would I pick, I think I would lean more towards the Seattle team. With the weapons that they have on offense, I think quarterback wise it's about the same. Both of them are turnover prone, but both of them can if they play within their systems can make big plays and make nice plays for their team. I think defensively, the nod clearly goes to Seattle. So I'm gonna pick Seattle just because I think they're the better team. So
okay,
yeah, but this should be a great day of football. It's gonna
yeah,
be a good weekend of football.
uh, true. And
Yeah.
look, we not done
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
because
We gotta at least say with the Panthers and Bucks game that if Atlanta wins, the Panthers can lose and still win the division. With Atlanta's win this week, if Atlanta wins next week and the Bucks win next week, then it'll be a three-way tie. All of the teams will be 8 and 9. So we'll have a playoff team that with the losing record, a division winner with the losing record, but the Panthers would have that tiebreaker. So the Panthers don't necessarily have to win and get in, but they need to. If they lose,
control
they
their
need
own
Atlanta to win.
destiny.
Yeah. If they
Yeah,
win, they control their own destiny. Correct. But if
yeah.
they lose and Atlanta wins, then they still can get in. So should be
Okay.
interesting. That's
Very.
a different twist. Different
Yeah,
twist.
yeah. I like that.
Mm.
And so now let's talk about, this AFC. We already know that Herbert is not going to play the final game. So Denver needs to win the game again to still try to get that number one seed from the Patriots. So that's
They would lock in. So they
correct.
have, I think they have the tiebreaker as it is right now. So Denver win, they get the number one seed. Okay.
Correct. And so um, it doesn't have as much juice to it. But fun fact, the Titans Jags game has been flexed as far as viewership wise into Houston market, and they're going to remove the Cowboys game so that the Houston fan base can see the Titans and Jags game.
Are you serious? I didn't
I,
know that. I
yeah,
had,
and they said it was at the NFL's request. The NFL requested
I love it.
it. So
I
if
love it.
you are a Dallas fan, you will not get to see that game in that normal spot. And look, it's been a rough day for Dallas. So, things things are moving. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. But moving on to what the Browns helped set up for this week, which is Baltimore versus the Steelers. And there's something about manifestation, when you think about the post-game press conference by Snoop, and he said, I need to end this press conference so I can go call Shador and tell him, like, I need you to get it done. And I loved the camaraderie on social media between the social media teams and how they responded to the Browns winning, and the Browns reminding them, like, oh, we didn't do this for you.
We ain't do it for you.
It's
This
for
was for
you.
you.
This wasn't for you. This for our fan base. And I just loved it because you kept the rivalry going, but everybody did their job. They shared the images, you know,
Yeah.
and there is a lot to it with the swag of Sanders that's just unmatched. He definitely is his own authentic swag, and I just love it. But that was a perfect segue to give us this for Sunday Night Football, and I can't wait to be locked in. I mean, the Texans are gonna do their job. I love, the mindset for this weekend, but that game really has like amped up to see what's going on. And I can't wait. I can't
Who
wait.
you picking though? That's what I want to know. I
Um
want to know who you picking.
okay. So I'm gonna just stop. I'm picking the Ravens.
Okay, let's keep it going. I'm picking the Steelers. So
Um,
let's keep it going. I'm picking Tomlin. That's who I'm picking. I'm
okay.
picking Mike Tomlin to have them boys ready to go. I hear all the noise. I hear people talking about it's time for him to go.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
hear
pull a
that.
Mark Spears. I ain't got time for none of that.
I
I'm not with any of that.
and I'm with him with the whole Lamar thing. I ain't got time for what people saying about Lamar over Snoop. Snoop great, but Snoop is not Lamar. And so yeah, I'm going with Tomlin on this. Of course, it can go either way. I would not be. This is one of those I wouldn't bet no money on. I'm sitting
Okay.
down with with my favorite snack on Sunday and a cold beverage, really just looking for a great game. I'll probably be making cheering for both sides if there's a great play. But I just, man, I'm a Tomlin fan, and I think in the end, when I'm looking at this game, that's the only thing I can do is just pick Tomlin. This is
Okay.
one of our old school. I'm picking Belichick, not necessarily the team. I'm picking Tomlin. So if they was on the road, I would pick Lamar. But in Pittsburgh, I'm gonna go Tomlin.
Okay. I mean, that's a good point about on the road. I just feel like they have no answer for
For
Henry.
Derrick Henry, they don't.
And it's even worse. Now Snoop will use play action, but I just feel like it's even worse if it's Lamar and Henry. It's just
Yeah, I mean I agree with that. The only thing I would challenge on that is Lamar hasn't run like he typically would run this
Yeah, and
year.
if it's his back, he
And if
probably
his
won't.
back,
But I just
yeah,
think it's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
was about to
hard.
say if his
And
back
and
is not
and, and DK matters,
DK,
So
DK definitely matters not
yeah.
being there. But I agree with you. The way the Steelers defense has been giving up yards on the run, they don't have an answer for D. Henry. But Baltimore is doing a great job of taking him out their game plan by themselves. So we'll see how they go after 36, carries last week. We'll see if the old stud still got it in him, or
Now, fun fact. Well, question for you:
mhm.
does the energy for that game also lead toward where you would like to see the Texans in their first round playoff game? Because it would be between those two teams.
I mean, no,
Okay.
not my pick doesn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
Um, Probably how I watch it may, you
Okay.
know what I mean. But my pick, no, I think, no, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Lamar in the playoffs. I don't. I really don't. Um, so yeah, if his back is not 100%, then keep him out. But no, I would not for me. For
Okay.
you, does it matter? Does it matter for you?
No, they
I
both
mean, you
cold.
picked Baltimore, but you said they both cold.
They both cold. Um, one has crab cakes and the other one has sandwiches.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I take if we talking food, I'm taking Baltimore. But
all
if
day.
but if we talking,
Garlic,
yeah,
garlic butter wings, just
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
That's my take on that. Um,
You think I'll get kicked out the house if I start looking at some flights for for either one? For
are we
either
talking
one?
about feelings or what? Because let me just tell you, I'm putting my phone on do not disturb if you start looking at flights, because I'm gonna tell her right now, it is not up to me. It ain't have nothing to do with me. Because guess what I can guarantee? I'm not gonna be there.
You're not going? You say you can guarantee you're not going? You got
Regardless.
something else? Oh, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I do remember.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of saves me because I don't want to go by myself. So. But I
Well,
do
I
got
definitely
like
can say
I
because I just
do have like play fam that I can stay with in Baltimore though. That we stay with.
let me just tell you. Let me just tell you that if the founding member goes, he has the best spot that all of y'all can stay at, that you really walk 2 blocks.
Oh, to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the best,
Well,
best
he's
Airbnb.
known for finding good
Yeah,
spots like
but
that.
that one, out of all the places, I mean, they're usually just nice places, but this one, everything worked. Like, you're nowhere from going somewhere if you need to go somewhere, but you
Uh-huh.
literally can walk to the stadium.
Fair enough.
So
I
I
don't
would.
think it's I don't think it's in the cards to me this year, but we'll see. I don't think so.
Well,
I mean,
wait a minute. Let's be clear. I just don't think the wild card game is in the. I didn't say that I wouldn't go to
no,
another game.
no, I'm just talking about the wild card game. Being that
Oh,
I've
okay,
been to Baltimore already this year, I
correct.
would have a better shot if it's Pittsburgh because I think she wants to go.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
What about round two?
I ain't even thought that far yet.
Okay, okay.
Um,
It's going to be
so
colder.
it's gonna be colder. Yeah, it would definitely be colder. Um, but again, I've been to New England, haven't been to Denver,
I know.
um, so yeah, we'll see.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
see. We'll see how that goes. Denver's another one I know she would want to go. So not the game, but the city. So it's one of those things. But nah, man, I had too many trips this year, and we got a big one we scheduling. So
Okay.
yeah, a
Okay.
lot of
Well,
stuff will have to work out right.
yeah. So stay off the internet and just watch the game.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. I'm good.
Any big New Year's plans?
No, no. New Year's is slow boogie for us. Well, New Year's Day we've been having a cousin brunch, so I'll be hanging out with my first cousins on my mom's side. We get together for a brunch every New Year's Day, so we'll be doing that this year. We're doing a sneaker exchange. So we pulled names last year. We put $150 limit on it, and we're gonna be doing sneaker exchanges. So that should be kind of fun.
You buying sneakers that cost only 150?
That was the limit. And if you came in, if you say only, you can definitely do it. You can definitely do it. And if you spent
Hmm.
less than that on the shoe, then you had to accessorize. So something else. Um, so yeah.
What kind of shoe? Oh, I guess like what? Some Adidas,
Could
like
be whatever.
shoes.
Adidas, New Balance, Nike, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Whatever you can get to fall into that. I mean, if you want to go over the budget, you can go over the budget. You just gotta spend at least
I
150.
think for me, because I like unique shoes, I
Okay.
would like mentally struggle.
You
I'm
can
trying to
do
think
it.
the last pair of shoes. I guess it's some Tory Burches that's in that price point,
You could do that.
and some different Adidas. Like I think that was it that Samoa one. Is
Hmm.
it that one like in that range? Okay.
Yeah, that's in that range. You can get
Yeah.
them in all different colorways and different things.
Okay. Yeah.
Then there's other things you can do to get unique. Nike have Nike ID, so you can take some of the more traditional ones and then customize them to your liking. So
See, I don't buy regular Nikes. That's probably why I didn't think about that because I know, yeah.
well, they wouldn't be regular once you customize them. So
I, well, I'm just saying, I'm always trying to I gotta find the shoe I want.
nah,
You know what
I'm
I'm
with you.
saying?
I'm with you.
So,
I'm with
and
you. It's gonna be fun to see. It's a lot
I'm
of different
interested to
tastes.
see too, because I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could get sneakers. I just was the price point was just unique, and I just totally forgot. Like there are tons of nice shoes. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, that's not what I meant, but I just
yeah,
wasn't thinking about it because you know me and sneakers, and I'm always on some
yeah.
at
You
the tip,
designer though. You always, yeah. You're another level.
well, not even
You're
that. Just I
in a
have to
different
watch
bracket.
it with. I have to tell myself like on the white shoes, like girl, you don't need another pair of white shoes because I keep seeing these unique. I got white and gold. I got white and red, white and blue.
I mean,
I got all white. I got
I'm,
canvas white.
I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Dang, I can't say it's my thing. That's the problem. I
but
just
if that's what you gravitate to, like I have to stop myself sometimes from gravitating to certain colors because I always
okay.
go to some variation of that color. So
I
then,
think I actually have more pink and green sneakers than I do white.
well, we know why, but you just never know. You can't wear the same ones every time. That's not how you do it. You know.
No, but let's be clear, I'm not a wear once type person.
No, I didn't say that. I just
Oh,
say you just
okay.
can't wear them every time. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it
That's
just
cool.
depends. So yeah, I'll let you know how that go. I'm pretty sure we'll do a TikTok or two
Okay.
uh, on that, but it should be fun. That's where we got the idea from. We saw some other cousins do it last year, I think on TikTok or something like that. We was like, hey, that'll be fun. So yeah, it's about 16 of us though, so it should be fun.
Oh yeah. So your mama side like my daddy side.
Oh yeah, we deep.
Mm-hmm.
We deep in
Mm-hmm.
there. We deep in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I am going to do what I did last year. I'm gonna go to a bowl game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, last year I did the Peach Bowl, and this year I'm gonna do the Orange Bowl.
That'd be fun. That's always a good time.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not a person that's like outside really on the New Year's Eve thing.
Same,
And
same.
so it worked out because I have a good college friend that lives in the same area. So I'm gonna catch up with her and her family and then, do the game on New Year's Day. So it kind of worked out great. I caught up with my cousin last year and yeah, I'm trying to
Okay.
take it easy.
Which
You
game
know,
is that? Which matchup is that?
it's Texas Tech versus Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. That should be good. Go
Mm-hmm.
Tech. I think Tech got that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we just kind of all over the place now, but I
Is there
think
such a thing?
yeah, I know, right? I think the college playoffs is wide open. I don't. Somebody was asking me who I got. I'm like, man, I think any of them can win. I think anybody
Now,
can win.
you mean
Anybody
based
can
on
lose.
what's left now?
Correct. The teams
Mm-hmm.
that's in there now. I think
Mm-hmm.
any of them can win. And any of them can lose. So it's like I don't think no team is just that one. You like I don't want to see them. I think everybody could beat each other. So it should be interesting.
Are you going to Sunday's game?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's the plan.
That's the
That's the plan.
plan.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. It could be one that I don't finish, depending on how it go. You know what I
I don't
mean?
think they gonna finish.
Yeah.
I think they
So
gonna do
you know
right
we
by the
don't
fans and start the game and
we
get
don't like to
going.
leave games early. You know how that go, but this might be one.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, and then seeing what the playoff picture is looking like for next week, so we can finally have that schedule set and get ready for it. So, want to thank everybody for checking in, and um, we'll still crown a regular season winner, even though we only have one winner. We'll see who came out the best for these 18 weeks of football next week.
How we looking right now? Who up? Double impact.
Double impact.
Hmm.
And there's some separation. I kind of like this year a lot.
It's only one game from
No,
one
I'm
and two.
talking about separation from like first through fifth. Like before, like it was over, like
Everybody was just
probably,
jumping on. Yeah.
yeah. And then it wasn't really but what, three of us that was really still in the fight by week
Hmm.
12. So I'm just
Yeah.
saying the competitiveness of the entire season has been strong, even with the fluctuation. So I like that.
Agree. Agree. Yeah. So we got double impact, 169 points, and hard hitters with 168.
Okay, hard hitters. We got the holler at hard hitters. He riding in there high. He
He
checked
right
out the game
there.
last week too. So he got him a win.
He got him a win.
Oh, got him a
He got
win.
him a
Shout out to
win.
hard hitters. He got him a win. So
Yep. Yep.
everybody, look, I'm going to be having a NIL chat. So if you think you know somebody or anybody that would be interested in that, hit me on my socials so they can get the invite. I'll be posting about it a lot over the next couple of weeks. But I just want to end the show on this whole notion. I keep seeing there seems to be now a wave of coaches speaking on the whole agent thing. And I just want to say that the landscape of this is new for everybody, right? And so we can't put it all on the side of the player. It's new for the NCAA. It's new for the coaches. I mean, as much as you say there's a now an agent involved, there's now a GM involved. There hasn't been college GMs. You the traditional ways you went to the high school coach, you talk to him, you watch film, you like the kid, you go meet the family, you talk to the family, you offer the kid, he comes to school on a scholarship and a stipend, and you're done, right? So coaches were never negotiating anyway. You were trying to say what your program had to offer, and you had to sell your program. And I would say to a certain extent, everybody's not selling their program. They're selling what access you get with their program. So you're selling the NIL, and then now you're confused with why the agents are trying to sell their player to you at a higher value. So I don't want to really get into the good agent, the bad agent. That could totally be for another time. But let's be real. You don't line up Lambos outside the field house because you're trying to sell the program and the way you're gonna play football.
Speak.
Okay. And so then when you get an agent that's saying, well, I think my client deserves to be able to afford a Lambo here while playing, you set that in motion. You didn't line up Honda Civics outside. You didn't put Ford Focuses and say focus on clean. Let's be real. Okay. So at the end of the day, what's good for the gander is good for the goose. And on that note, thank y'all for checking us out and check me out at the Gransberry. Peace.
Peace out.